My name's Andrew Stokes, and the company I work for is Jeans UK Limited. The shop's called DNA, and I'm the European sales manager. We produce in the UK, or predominantly in the UK, supporting really local businesses as well, rather than just selling out because we can get cheaper prices. And I think that's the big danger of globalisation, that ultimately it does exploit the smaller people.
So how does globalisation affect DNA?
What we're trying to do is produce very quickly and produce at a very good price, but good fashion. And that's what companies like H&M and Gap and the like are trying to do as well. But they're doing it very well, and they've got more money behind them. They're a much bigger, obviously global company, and they're producing in the same way that IKEA does all around the world at the cheapest prices possible, and becoming very quick at doing that as well. So for us, that's what globalisation means, is the effects of these big companies on us as a small fish really in the big sea.
Do you adapt your products to different markets?
At the moment, we don't really adapt our product to different markets. The main thing I do as a salesperson is to look at what's selling around Germany, Holland, Scandinavia, and then give suggestions as to what we could produce. Maybe a certain style of jeans is particularly in a certain country, so we discuss that. But actually, we don't really change very much. We stick to what we're doing because that's where the energy is.
Do some of your products sell better in certain markets?
In the UK, for example, compared to the business I'm doing in Germany and other continental European countries, the student market is very strong because it's not quite as diverse as, say, maybe a country like Germany. Germany's sort of 4 times the size of the UK, and so just in that one country already you've got different markets. So to compare that to England, you've got one kind of general market really, which is, you could say, is the student market. So we've got shops all around, and probably 50 shops we supply, and it's all a very similar market. In Germany, I can go from Berlin to Hamburg, for example, which is only 3 hours drive, and you'll have quite different types of scene, and different types of fashion, and that makes it sort of more difficult. So I can have lots of different shops around Germany, and then certainly going to Holland next door or down to Switzerland when it becomes more complicated, because you're trying to deal with different people in different towns.
Would you say that different marketing techniques would work better in different markets?
If I compare again the UK to certainly Germany, marketing in Germany is very important. They're very big believers in my experience at least, in branding, in professionalism, how you come across as your label. And I think in England it plays less of a role. On my first hour of work, I always make a list of things to do. And I always make a cup of tea or coffee to get myself going, and I hardly ever speak to anybody within the first hour or so, because I like to think about what I'm going to do for the day, and that's usually how I start my day.
And from time to time I will just polish the marble and sit there looking for inspiration as to the new ideas we hope to create.
Generally, I start the day in the office by meeting my direct reports and my colleagues, and I'll spend 10 or 15 minutes with them checking what's going to happen for the next 24 hours. I'll then probably spend 15 minutes or so with my PA, just checking on the diary and making sure I haven't missed anything already, and I take it from there, and it really probably moves into meetings with various people.